This match is for the National Wrestling Alliance Women's Championship. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger. From Toronto, the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole. And her opponents, from New Orleans, Louisiana. She was the final WWF Women's Champion. She was the first WWE Women's Champion. And she is the current NWA Women's Champion. She is the phenomenal fighting female, Jazz!
Hello, fans of Greektown Wrestling. This is Adam B. with a special presentation of Greektown Wrestling celebrating the 20th anniversary of the end of the original Extreme Championship Wrestling. We're going to see some matches here involving icons of Extreme Championship Wrestling competing in a Greektown ring. All for you, the fans of Greektown Wrestling. Going to start things off with an NWA Women's Championship matchup. The champion, Jazz, a female icon, not just in ECW, but in professional wrestling, period, defending the NWA Women's Championship against Alexia Nicole, the Bubblegum Princess. Referee Old School presents the belt. Definitely the biggest matchup in Alexia Nicole's career, taking on a woman whose reputation speaks for itself. The final WWF Women's Champion, the first ever WWE Women's Champion, Jazz. Alexia Nicole wasting no time challenging on Jazz. As always, Alexia going to give up some size and some power to her opponent, but never count out the Bubblegum Princess as Jazz pie faces her. Alexia keeping her composure, but still getting in the face and now shoving Jazz right back. Jazz applauding the fortitude of her opponent, her challenger. Alexia keeps some distance away. The champion Jazz moves in. Still not able to initiate a lockup. Alexia biding her time as the champion Jazz being more aggressive, trying to fake her out. The two ladies keep their distance, lock up. Alexia powering back Jazz early. But again, Jazz gonna have that power. Old School with the count. Champion taking some time to break free, smothering Alexia in the corner. Backs away. This was Jazz's first appearance in a Greektown ring, but already establishing it as her house. The squared circle, her domain, no matter where she goes, all over the world. Alexia Nicole, many accomplishments in her young career, but nothing the caliber of Jazz. Anything can happen, though, in that squared circle, folks. Greektown Wrestling presenting this to you for our fans during these difficult times. Looking to get some excitement, some entertainment for the loyal fans of Greektown Wrestling as Alexia Nicole applies the wrist lock on Jazz. Goes behind with the hammer lock. Applying pressure. Jazz, the veteran, keeping her cool, able to grab the leg of Alexia. Good bounce from Alexia before she's tripped up by Jazz. Jazz just playing with the crowd. Not any urgency in this matchup so far. Jazz never one to back down from any female competitor, any male competitor, as we saw many times in her career. Alexia goes behind. Jazz flips her over. Alexia goes immediately to the head scissors. Jazz struggling to break free, but Alexia maintaining the pressure. Trying to keep the NWA Women's Champion down. Trying to get some energy out of her, but Alexia exerting a lot of energy of keeping this head scissors applied as Jazz rolls her over. Alexia tries to keep the head scissors applied, but Jazz able to roll backwards. Applies the single leg Boston Crab. Sitting back on Alexia, transitions over into a front face lock. Switches over. Jazz now trying to school Alexia on the mat. Shoulders were down, old school with the count. Only one count so far. Jazz continuing to pressure Alexia. Alexia transitions over. Scrambles back to her feet. Gonna take some time to think of her next maneuver as Jazz continues to jaw jack with the crowd. Or Jazz jack. Engages in another lockup, but Jazz quickly applies the side headlock. Alexia gonna have a speed advantage, but Jazz so far are neutralizing Alexia Nicole's momentum. Alexia, quick shots to the stomach of Jazz. Whips her off the ropes. Jazz rolls her over. Big shoulder planted Alexia on the mat. Throws up the double buys. And you've seen it several times in this matchup. Jazz just biding her time. Showing some disregard for her opponent. Jazz thinking this will be a cakewalk title defense. Figures she might as well just go through the motions before putting her challenger away. The proud history of the NWA Women's Championship, or any NWA Championship champions going all over defending against local competitors. Alexia getting her big opportunity. The Bubblegum Princess looking to become the queen of the NWA Women's Division. Has Jazz over on the mat. But Jazz, not a stranger to underhanded tactics. Goes to the face of Alexia. Alexia trying to keep the pressure applied on the headlock. Strong hand over the face of Alexia Nicole. Both ladies on their feet. Alexia still has the headlock applied. Jazz goes to the hair. Ducks under. Alexia with the arm drag takes Jazz over. It's a huge matchup for Alexia Nicole on so many levels, competing against somebody the caliber of Jazz, a competitor too who in the past has taken on some of the heroes of Alexia Nicole. They go out to the floor. Alexia charges right at Jazz, turning up the tempo. Takes a little swig of a drinky poo. But wasted time allowed Jazz the opening to kick her in the stomach. Not a mistake you want to make against someone like Jazz. You got to keep up the momentum. You got to stay right on them. Alexia fires back at Jazz. Did some damage. Followed up with a kick. Now the chop. Champion looking a bit surprised, but takes right over. Referee Old School on the floor as Jazz slams the face of Alexia into a chair at ringside. Referee checking on Alexia. Jazz rolls back into the ring. Goes right back outside. Throws a punch. Alexia shakes it off, but here comes Jazz, but here comes Alexia. Hard knee to the stomach, cuts it off. Jazz now sending Alexia into the wall, that brick wall. Alexia comes firing back. You've seen many times in this matchup where an opponent will give their opposition some chances to recover. Alexia has Jazz placed on the chair, moves in, slams her face repeatedly into the seat of that chair. The hometown crowd of Greektown Pro Wrestling solidly behind Alexia Nicole and her challenge for the NWA Women's Championship. Jazz comes firing back, has a hand on that chair. Well, it wouldn't be a salute to ECW without the use of some chairs. Alexia tried to stop it, but Jazz going to the knees, going to the leg. Pounding Alexia with that chair. Winds up. Oh! Use the steps into the chair to her advantage, did Jazz. Showing off the killer instinct, the champion's killer instinct. Does not want to be upset in Greektown. Slams Alexia's leg against the post. And you've just seen it repeatedly in this matchup. Jazz just taking her time. Working her style of matchup, brutalizing Alexia Nicole. And right now in firm control. Now adding in this element of the damage to the legs of Alexia. The NWA Women's Champion makes her way back into the ring. Alexia trying to fight her off, but the damage has been done. Easy pickings for Jazz. You don't get as successful as Jazz has been in the world of wrestling without knowing every dirty trick in the book. Knowing all these strategies. Might not be the most cleanest, but effective. It's what led her to so many accolades in her wrestling career. Lays on top of Alexia, doesn't even bother to hook the leg. The toll of this matchup. showing on Jazz as she's claimed to have broken a nail. But that's peanuts compared right now to the damage Alexia is taking at the hands of the champion. Lays on top again, this time covers a leg, hooks a leg. Jazz taking her time. Rolls out to the outside, has a grip on Alexia, pulls her out, slams her leg into the ring apron. Like the shark in the water smelling blood. Jazz has created this opening and is all over Alexia. How much more can Alexia take? Now calling out Drew Brees. Jazz is rocking the black and gold, the colors, one of them at least, of the New Orleans Saints. Alexia fighting back. Looked like she was catching her second win, but Jazz again takes her down. Jazz grabs a handful of hair. Looking for a fisherman's buster. No, goes for the suplex. Had the leg hooked, but Alexia able to fight out of it. Jazz powers up Alexia on the top turnbuckle. Jazz has her supporters in the crowd. So does Alexia. Alexia gonna need that extra boost from the crowd to fight back. Jumps over, takes Jazz down with the sunset flip. Goes right back to the corner. Comes flying off at Jazz, cross body. The sunset flip and the cross body off the turnbuckles. No strangers to victories in NWA Championship matchups. But not enough here for the Bubblegum Princess. Still hobbling. Jazz following it up. Alexia was looking for a comeback, but the adrenaline wore off, and Jazz able to take her down again. Had her trapped up in the ropes. Not going to get Alexia to submit with a hold in the ropes, but just going to do more damage, more pain. Jazz letting her guard down again. This time almost costs her. Arguing with Old School. Taking down the schoolgirl. Small package. Only gets 2. Alexia hooks her. Goes for another small package. Gotta wonder though. Alexia Nicole going for these small packages, but not able to trap Jazz with the damage that was done to the legs. Maybe could have been the difference maker. Spins around, gets a hold of her, brings her down, slams her down, hooks the leg, only gets 2. Looked at first that Alexia was going to go for a sleeper hold. Instead drove Jazz down to the mat. Alexia stomping on the mat, getting the crowd behind her. Champion back up on her feet. Fires off some shots. Firing up again, gets caught by Jazz. Plants her with the Michinoku driver, hooks the leg, and that's going to do it. Valiant effort from Alexia Nicole, but in the end, the experience and the cutthroat mindset of the NWA Women's Champion pays off. Your winner in this opening matchup, Jazz, the NWA Women's Champion, successful defense against Alexia Nicole. Our next matchup in the Greektown Tribute to Extreme sees the Greektown Cup on the line as Channing Decker defends against RJ City, who is on his cell phone. Seen a lot of things in my time of calling professional wrestling, folks, but a wrestler RJ City getting a phone call and now opting to sit out this part of the matchup till he finishes his phone call. Definitely, like I said, something in my many years of calling professional wrestling never really seen. Greektown Cup on the line, like I said. Channing Decker defending against RJ City, who's excused himself, and Tommy Dreamer, the heart and soul of Greektown Wrestling, taking on the heart and soul of Extreme Championship Wrestling. Dreamer twists the arm. Decker goes behind, applies the waist lock. Dreamer goes behind Decker. Interesting element so far in this matchup. RJ City getting a phone call in one of the most important matches of his Greektown career. Gonna deal with his business. Gonna let Dreamer and Decker battle out early. Channing Decker has a lot of respect for Tommy Dreamer, one of his idols, getting this opportunity to defend the Greektown Cup against the hardcore icon. They lock up again. Dreamer takes Decker over. Decker tried going for the head scissors. Not Dreamer's first rodeo, quickly battles out of it. Dreamer applies a head scissors of his own. Decker misses the elbow. Dreamer misses the elbow. Some misses, now a standoff. And as much respect, admiration that Channing Decker has for Tommy Dreamer, he's got to get things done. He's not going to let his admiration for the innovator of violence take his focus away from retaining that Greektown Cup. Some call-outs for Greektown Wrestling and House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer's wrestling company, from the crowd. Both men well aware, too, that at any moment RJ City could come slithering back up into this matchup. Dreamer had Decker trapped on the mat. Back up on his feet, ducks under. Drop kick from Decker. Dreamer rolls to the outside. The White Bronco building up some momentum, but gets clobbered by Tommy Dreamer. And now RJ City seizing the opportunity, blindsides Dreamer. Fisherman's buster on Decker, covers, only gets 2. Now gonna thank his knee for being a friend. Brings out the knee Arthur, but Tommy Dreamer right there, and RJ again. Gives the phone to Tommy Dreamer. Dreamer punching RJ with the cell phone in hand. Flip, flop, and fly from Dreamer. This is when you think you've seen it all, fans. A game of telephone. Dreamer gives the phone to Matthew Grant, the official. Now the Pison elbow from Dreamer and Decker. Decker went for the cover. Dreamer breaks it up. This is not elimination. One fall to a finish. ECW, the federation that popularized the three-way dance. Double team work from Dreamer and Decker. Decker returning the favor, breaking up the pinfall attempt from Dreamer. They had formed an alliance, but now it seems to be falling apart. Gives RJ City the opportunity to drop both men with clotheslines. One of the most devious minds in Greektown wrestling, RJ City. Not one to go for the hardcore antics of Channing Decker or Tommy Dreamer. But as I say that, prove me wrong, RJ City has a steel chair. Brings it into the ring. Not usually RJ City's wheelhouse. But when you're in there with the likes of Tommy Dreamer and Channing Decker, you know the game to play. Slams the face of Channing Decker to the chair. Dreamer blocks. Comes off the ropes. Dropped hold from RJ City, sending Dreamer into the chair. Studied his Dreamer Raven tapes, did RJ City. Surprising element so far in this matchup. RJ City being the one to turn it up in the use of weapons. Just wanted to prove a statement. Suplex on the floor from Channing Decker. And you just feel now that this matchup has just kicked into another gear. RJ sent into the wall. As seen on TV, RJ City now seen being thrown all over that wall. Going to the crowd. Dreamer nowhere to be seen as it's Channing Decker slamming RJ City into the wall, into the floor. Now has a table. Channing Decker obliging RJ City. You want to go hardcore? We'll go hardcore. Might have bit off more than he could chew at RJ City. Especially considering you're in there against one of the craziest competitors in all of Canada and a man that popularized the hardcore wrestling style. Dreamer's still nowhere to be seen. as Decker, oh boy, it's not going to be good for RJ. Not going to be good for anybody. Here comes Decker! No RJ City, but plenty of table to go crashing through. Why? Why? Somersaulted off the railing. Nothing there. Can't really say. Oh, there's Dreamer. Can't really say no water in the pool. For Channing Decker, no body on the table. Just spine on pine. Dreamer spits beer in the face of RJ City. RJ sends Dreamer into the post. RJ takes a drink. Dreamer lays prone in the ring. Goes for the cover. Not going to put away Tommy Dreamer that easily, considering all this man's gone through in his career. It's going to take a little bit more than that. Boot to the side of the head. For now, Channing Decker neutralized. It's going to be RJ City and Tommy Dreamer in the ring. Pounds the back. Stomps him down. The Greektown Cup champion went crashing through that table, leaving the two challengers in the ring. Channing Decker doesn't have to be involved in the finish of this matchup. Dreamer could pin RJ or submit RJ. RJ could submit or pin Dreamer. Dreamer fighting back at City. City catches him. Slams him down. The flatliner. Covers. Dreamer gets the shoulder up. RJ now with the Singapore cane. RJ usually more a fan of the Singapore slings. But in this matchup, no! Throws away the Singapore cane. Spikes. Dreamer with the DDT. Maybe a little shout out to his arch nemesis, Raven. Channing Decker back in the ring. Jumping clothesline from Decker, but still grabbing that back. Charges in, jumps up and kicks RJ in the face. Shoulder to the stomach. RJ winded, Dreamer down. Decker on the top. Hits the overcastle, blockbuster, whatever you want to call it. Covers, but there's Dreamer to break it up. Dreamer jumps up, hits the cutter on Decker. Covers, but now RJ breaking up the pinfall. Goes to the throat of Dreamer, does RJ. Dreamer reverses. Whips RJ into the corner, ducks under. Sling blade from Decker. Dreamer doesn't allow him to make the cover. Has him trapped in a Cobra clutch. Bending back, Decker. But RJ now applying a sleeper hold on Dreamer, who still has the Cobra clutch locked on Channing Decker. RJ in a good condition here as Dreamer and Decker being choked. Decker drops down with a jawbreaker. 2 for 1. Clotheslines take down RJ. Variation of a regal cutter from Channing Decker. Not able to put Dreamer away. Greektown Cup on the line in this matchup. Dreamer and RJ, the challengers down. The champion, Channing Decker, on the outside. Didn't have a lot of luck with a table early on in this matchup, but now going to try for it again. Channing Decker bringing the table into the ring. RJ struggling to get to his feet. Tommy Dreamer still down. Table set up in the corner. Decker goes after RJ, powers him up. Might be looking for an Oklahoma stampede. Nope. RJ slides off. Schoolboy from RJ. Tried using the table for extra leverage. Powers him up. The knee Arthur. Dreamer back up on his feet. Cracks RJ in the face. RJ able to stop himself. Big boot to the face of Dreamer. Drops the innovator of violence. Now it's RJ City, the only man left standing. Hit Channing Decker with the knee Arthur. Figures there was enough time to allow Channing Decker a recovery. Didn't go for the cover. Switches out. Acai DDT from Channing Decker. Dreamer pulls him up. Powers up Decker onto his shoulders. Decker trying to break free, but Spicoli driver through the table in the corner. RJ's got the Singapore cane. Chan of ECW. As now RJ City cracking Dreamer. Nope. With the Singapore cane, blocks the knee Arthur. Hits the DDT. Signed, sealed, and delivered for Tommy Dreamer, who has now won the Greektown Cup. And an absolute shocker. Tommy Dreamer has defeated RJ City, and Channing Decker now claims the Greektown Cup, presented to him by GM Nug.
I know when I came out, I heard all the girls go, ooh. I told you to stay in the truck. Supreme Leader Donald Trump sent Jock Sampson back to Canada. He said, my son, I want you to go up there in front of all them dumb old ass Greeks and the dancers. And he said, my son, I want you to show each and every one of them what a true American really is. I want you to beat up a fella from Brooklyn by the name of Nunzio who claims that he's Italian enough. When everybody knows, even the good Lord Supreme Leader Donald J. Trump, the J stands for Jesus. Everyone knows Jock Sampson's more of an Italian than Nunzio or Little Guido. Because like I said, I've seen all the Godfather movies. I've taught Tony Soprano how to bang chicks. Gabagool over here. And I go to the store and I get my spaghetti just like any Italian does. I get you from the ragu aisle. So tonight in front of God and all you dumb idiots on the dance floor, all you dumb idiot Greeks, which is Greek is basically like short for Italian, but like a weak Italian. That's right. So why don't you do yourself a favor, kiss Jock Sampson's ass, because I'm gonna kick Guido's ass here tonight on the damper. Kiss my ass.
Weighing 168 and 1/4 pounds from Little Italy, New York City, is the former two-time ECW Tag Team Champion, is the former two-time WWE Cruiserweight Champion. This is Little Guido.
Some very choice words early on from Jock Sampson, directed at the crowd of Greektown Wrestling and directed at his opponent for this beer bash, Little Guido Maritano. Jock Sampson claiming he's more Italian than Little Guido. I don't know about that. He's definitely more Italian than, say, Tommy Rich, Tracy Smothers, but I digress. Little Guido circling around the ring with a box of goodies. Decorated wrestler in ECW, held the tag team titles on multiple occasions. Very successful also in the Cruiserweight division of WWE. Often misjudged tough guy.
That's what real Italians do. They call the pizza guy. He comes and brings me a pizza. He says, "Come on, baby, here it is. You have enough pizza. You want?"
And again, more trash talk from Jock Sampson. Little Guido staying in the ring. A lot of accolades in the tag team division of ECW for Little Guido, but a very accomplished singles wrestler as well. Doesn't need Big Sally, anybody like that to watch his back here tonight. He can beat the high hell out of Jock Sampson. Sampson hesitating to get in the ring.
Hey, look, Mike, I'm gonna give you the wooden spoon. Up your ass. Right there.
Got the wooden spoon. Threatening Nunzio with it. I'm sure Nunzio has taken several wooden spoons in his lifetime. You don't want to cross Nona, that's for sure. Guido has the equalizer, a baseball bat. Brings back bad memories of Casino. Or those Joe Pesci skits they used to do on Saturday Night Live. Guido winds up and now spanks Jock Sampson with the wooden spoon. Wet floor sign blasts the head of Jock. Guido not done. Covers. Beating the hell out of Jock Sampson. In ECW, Little Guido not known so much for his weapons use. More a straight-laced, no-nonsense shooter. But proving here, he can get hardcore with the best of them. Slams the face of Jock Sampson into the apron. Guido gesturing for the Greektown faithful to get out of there. Sampson reverses, sends Guido through the chairs. Old School on the outside. Not really able to do anything here except count the pinfall. Can't force any rules. Sampson back into the ring, has one piece of the wet floor sign. Blasts Guido with it. Winds up, spanks Guido. Guido shakes it off. Cracks Jock with a beverage. Slams the chair into the side. Sampson now trying to get away from little Guido. Guido following as this goes through the crowd. Looks like little Guido in control. Slams Jock's face into the merchandise table. Some of that delicious pizza. One of the many things I miss about Greektown live events, that sweet, sweet pizza from Golden Pizza has little Guido. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Right in the face of Jock Sampson. Signaling something to Old School. He's beaten the living crap out of Jock Sampson. Has some beer. Gonna stop mid-match to have a little salute. Both men had the same idea. Old School going Sandman. Slamming the beer over his forehead. But now Jock looking to flip Guido over the railing. Guido holding on for dear life. Sampson trying to power him back. Guido fights him off. Hits him with a fan. Not an actual patron, I mean like an actual legitimate fan. This match making its way back to the ring. Sampson looking worse for wear. Guido back in. Sets up a chair. Hits Sampson again with the wet floor sign. Continuing. Punish threatens Old School. Fans of Greektown all about beating up Jock Sampson, but don't touch Old School. Drop Toho into the chair. Jock Sampson found the opening. Sent Guido in face first. Now taking off the belt. Brutal matchup between Jock Sampson and little Guido Maritano. Grabs a handful of hair, does Jock. Charges in, squashes Guido. Cuts him off. Sicilian slice. The trademark maneuver of little Guido can't put away Jock Sampson. Little Guido has just been punishing Jock Sampson this matchup. Took a whipping earlier on, but now returning the favor, getting his receipt, if you will. Jock Sampson was all talk before this matchup began, but has definitely taken his licks against little Guido. Now has a slice of pizza. It's really good pizza, folks. Tries to stick it in the face of little Guido. Guido fights him off. Both men struggling for control of the pizza slice. Guido gets it in the face of Jock Sampson. It's good pizza, but might be a little hot. Definitely worked in the favor of Guido. Slams the recycling bin over the back of Jock. Back's taking a lot of damage. Has him placed in a chair. Puts the bin over. Winds up. Oh! New York Yankees themselves. Couldn't have swung a bat better than little Guido. Guido now kissing the cheeks of Old School. The Paisan elbow drop. And arrivederci, Jock Sampson. Little Guido the winner. Fans, this next matchup is a Greektown Cup Championship defense. The champion, Tommy Dreamer, defending against the two men he defeated in a triple threat matchup to win the cup, RJ City and Channing Decker. And this man, the Japanese buzzsaw, Yoshihiro Tajiri. RJ City has taken out Channing Decker and Dreamer before Tajiri made his entrance. Absolute wrestling legend icon Tajiri. Getting quite the reaction already from the Greektown faithful. RJ City extending the hand to Tajiri, leaving himself wide open for possible missed kicks. You name it. Hard kick to the leg from Tajiri. RJ screaming out in pain. Those kicks are legendary for their brutality. Already attempting the tarantula. Then comes Tommy Dreamer. Breaks it up. Long sordid history between Tajiri and Tommy Dreamer. Looking to be good buddies here. But this match won't fall to a finish. Holding a championship, whether it be a belt, a cup, is important to all these competitors. As Tommy Dreamer now going for the Dream Rantula. Maybe the Tom Rantula, whatever you want to call it. Gets kicked in the face from Tajiri. There ends that alliance quickly. Tommy Dreamer felt himself in the tarantula several times in his career. Wanted to be on the giving end of it. Didn't get to enjoy it too much before Tajiri broke it up. Now Channing Decker face to face with the Japanese buzzsaw. Not backing down. Exchanging strikes. Ducks his head early. Tajiri jumps over. Little swivel. Traps up Tajiri. Ties up the legs and applies pressure on the chin. the former Greektown Cup champion, was not pinned in that matchup to lose the cup. It was Tommy Dreamer pinning RJ City after a DDT. Channing Decker had suffered a Spicoli driver through a table. RJ faking out the crowd. Suicide dive from Decker onto Dreamer. RJ was in perfect position for Tajiri. And you knew it wasn't going to take too long for this one to get chaotic as Tommy Dreamer spits a beverage into the face. I believe it was Tajiri. Decker slams Tajiri's face into the apron. Saw Singapore Cane. You see Decker trying to set up Tajiri for the suplex. Tajiri suplexes Decker to the floor hard. Those sickening kicks. Dreamer throws Tajiri a belt. Hits Decker with it. Can't really see the front of it, don't really know what belt it is. Let's just assume it's the ECW Championship. Replica of it. Fits the mood. Decker sent face first into the wall. Dreamer did the tarantula early on. Now spitting. Missed into the face of his opponent, stealing all of Tajiri's stuff. Oh, RJ being violent with that cane. The two Greektown originals being overwhelmed by the ECW originals. Oh, big thrust kick to the face from Tajiri. Dreamer's got a ladder. Tajiri and Dreamer, they have had their bitter history. Like I said tonight, playing it nice. Ladder set up, Decker with a drop kick. 3-for-1 special. Ladder set up in the corner, Tajiri back into the ring first. Decker pouring it on Tajiri. Tajiri holds on. Decker with a headbutt. Gonna try for it again. Tajiri reverses, sends Decker hard into the ladder. Tajiri biding his time. Gets taken down by Decker. Now going up top with the ladder. Tajiri in a bad way. Dreamer and RJ City nowhere to be found. Moonsault with the ladder, nothing there. No water in the pool for Decker. Damage has been done. Tajiri with the quick cover. Not able to put Decker away. Stretching back the arm, Tajiri, a master of those manipulations. RJ with the sleeper hold on Tajiri. Dreamer now adding himself to the equation. Tajiri's pulling back on the arm of Decker as RJ has a sleeper on Tajiri, and Tommy Dreamer just doing what Tommy Dreamer does. Greektown Cup champion Tommy Dreamer looking to retain his defense. Certainly shocked many by winning the cup in the first place. Can he hold on? Taken down by Decker. Has already held the Greektown Cup longer than he did the ECW title. Decker waiting for somebody to get back to their feet. Gives Tajiri a taste of his own medicine with the hard shot to the leg. White Bronco feeling it. Ducks under, does Dreamer, causing Decker to hit. Referee Matthew Grant. Ducks under. DDT from Decker. The Dreamer covers. No referee there to make the count. Knee Arthur from RJ City. Big high kick from Tajiri. Tajiri covers. Still in the, wait, here comes Mikey Whipwreck. Long-time friend and tag team partner of Tajiri, Mikey Whipwreck coming in for the count. Handspring double back elbows. Tajiri kicking things into another gear. Fisherman's Buster from RJ City covers. And Mikey Whipwreck actually counting. Oh, well, very casual slow count. Playing fair, I guess. Fairish. A chair now, or sorry, no, a door being brought into play as RJ City drops Whipwreck. Tajiri checking on his unholy alliance compadre. A door now has entered the fray. RJ cuts off, chanting. Jumps up. Whipper snapper. Pulling one out of the Mikey Whipwreck playbook. The damage done though to Decker as Dreamer lifts him up. Spicoli driver through the door. Miss to the face from Tajiri. Dreamer no stranger to that. Tommy Dreamer, Spicoli driver, chanting Decker through a table. And in this match through a door. Tajiri with the tarantula. Struggling to get it on, but able to clasp it on, chanting Decker. RJ City with a knee Arthur. Covers. Matthew Grant with the count. And RJ City the winner in this fatal four-way. RJ City pulling it off. The new Greektown Cup champion. A rematch for the NWA Women's Championship. Alexia Nicole once again challenging Jazz. This time a little bit different. 2 out of 3 falls. Alexia before with a valiant effort against the NWA Women's Champion. But Jazz coming out on top. Alexia getting another opportunity, but has to best the champion twice. Again, not showing fear for the reputation of Jazz. Jazz trash talking early, overwhelming Alexia. Sends her into the corner. Jazz showing continuous disrespect towards Alexia Nicole. Alexia hung on as long as she could in the first meeting, but the damage was done to the knees and the legs. Jazz able to capitalize. Right now, all over the challenger. Alexia hurt, catches Jazz with the back elbow. Kick to the stomach. Jumps off, gets caught. Jazz with a submission. Modification of the Rings of Saturn. Applying the pressure. Alexia has got three options: fight out, pass out, or tap out. Taps out, dropping the first fall. Smart though, and Alexia, you don't want to pass out, because if you pass out, you'll drop a fall, and you're easy pickings for a straight up second fall. So that's 1 Jazz, 0 Alexia. Continuing the beatdown. Alexia not able to get going in this matchup. Jazz charges in. Alexia moves out of the way. Takes Jazz down. Alexia Nicole with the schoolgirl has taken fall number 2. That's 1 Jazz, 1 Alexia. It comes down to this. Fall number 3. Jazz distracted, arguing with referee Matthew Grant, protesting the count. Alexia seizing the opportunity. Jazz holds on. Alexia stops herself, but now sent to the outside. Sense emergency now for the NWA Women's Champion. Challenger has already scored a fall. Jazz was able to submit Alexia Nicole in fall number 1. Alexia with a quick schoolgirl in fall number 2. Took her attention away from Alexia too long. Alexia fights back. Jazz cuts her off. Jazz slides in to break up the count. Twists the arm of Alexia on the outside. Applies the hammerlock. Sends her into the post. In the first meeting, it was Jazz going after the legs of Alexia. Opting to go for the shoulder in this matchup. Alexia has had a history of problems with that shoulder. Some hesitation, but eventually Alexia catching Jazz. Comes off with the cross body, hooks the leg. Only gets 2. Swings around, looking for a crucifix. Almost lost it, but able to take Jazz over. Jumps over for the sunset flip, takes Jazz down. Alexia trying to pull out everything. But Jazz just able to use the strength and the power to get out of these pinfall attempts. Turns around, stunner! Could this be it for Alexia Nicole? Will she be the new NWA Women's Champion? No, the defending champion has something to say against it. Alexia trying to figure out her next move as the crowd getting behind her. Has the women's champion rocked, but needs to follow up. Jumps off. Jazz isn't going to fall for it this time. Covers. And that's going to be it. Alexia Nicole able to take a fall in this matchup, but in the end, it's Jazz getting falls 1 and 3 and retaining her championship matchup. Or sorry, retaining her championship belt. Standing tall as the NWA Women's Champion, but a hell of an effort from the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole. And fans, this is our final matchup of this Greektown Salute to the Extreme tag team encounter between the fraternity taking on the Unholy Alliance. Tajiri and Whipwreck, very rare teamings the last few years going into this matchup, but coming together for Greektown Wrestling to take on one of the premier tag teams in all of Ontario. Fraternity. Whipwreck in there with Decker. Channing Decker has experience wrestling Tajiri. First time facing off against Mikey Whipwreck. Jumps up, big Hurricane Rana from Mikey Whipwreck. Very decorated wrestler in ECW. Also a big-time trainer. Trained the likes of Amazing Red, Jay Lethal. List goes on. Tajiri and Whipwreck held the ECW Tag Team titles very briefly after winning a colossal tournament. Lost it the next day to Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke. Finley roll from Channing Decker. Moonsault on top of Whipwreck. Only good enough for 2. Channing Decker coming out firing on all cylinders early. Definitely has a lot of respect for Whipwreck and Tajiri. but a win against the Unholy Alliance would definitely be a huge feather in the cap of the fraternity. Whipwreck tagging in Tajiri. We've seen action previously in Greektown in a fatal four-way matchup for the Greektown Cup. In comes Gibson. Decker had success with Whipwreck. Will Gibson continue the fraternity success against Tajiri? Kick from Gibson to Tajiri. Not the game you want to play against Yoshihiro Tajiri, the Japanese buzzsaw. Hey, props to Gibson for trying, though. Applies the side headlock. Slowing down the tempo of Tajiri. Gibson drops him with the shoulder. Hooks the arm. Gibson stops Tajiri in his tracks. Fires off some chops. Decker offering encouragement from the apron as Gibson looking to go old school. Gibson jumps off, comes down on the arm of Tajiri, gives Whipwreck a shove. Tajiri trips up Gibson. Slaps him right in the back of the head. Tajiri and Whipwreck now powering up. Gibson drop him over the top rope. Tajiri holds Gibson into place. Whipwreck jumps over, comes crashing down, holds up Gibson. Kick to the top of the head. Decker getting fired up, comes into the ring. Powered up and slammed by both members of the Unholy Alliance. Not done yet. Drops him down over both knees. Basement drop kicks to both sides of the head. This is not where the fraternity wants to be against an established tag team. Whipwreck misses. Like I said earlier, Tajiri and Whipwreck, very rare teamings, but when they do team together, it's like they haven't missed a beat at all. Decker charges in, gets caught up. Tajiri couldn't get the tarantula applied fully. Big Yakuza kick from Gibson.
Here we go.
Whipwreck and Tajiri on the floor. Decker setting them up as here comes Gibson. Big dive over the top rope. Done some damage to Decker, but in the long run, what the fraternity's thinking about. Their home court, literally. It's a basketball court. They want to get a big victory against the more established, more decorated tag team. Whipwreck with, oh, Decker, hard suplex on the floor. Gibson with Tajiri. Setting him up. Oh no! Tajiri able to backdrop him over the chairs. Whipwreck taking that giant cardboard cutout of Channing Decker's head, hitting him with it. Gibson still fighting with Tajiri at ringside. Decker jumps off. Big cross body. Taking down Tajiri, but also taking down Gibson. Fraternity going for these high impact maneuvers. Accepting the collateral damage of hitting their own partner. Whipwreck back in the ring, hits Decker with a fan. Decker laid out. Gibson in some trouble as well as Tajiri and Whipwreck controlling this matchup. Fighting continuing on the floor. Whipwreck's got a chair. Oh! Pulling one out of the old Sabu playbook. Decker on the apron, desperately trying to mount a comeback. Flips over onto Whipwreck as Tajiri just watched him. Tajiri rolls back into the ring, now wanting to get outnumbered by the fraternity. Whipwreck back on his feet. Applying pressure on the arm of Gibson. Whipwreck out there on the floor with Decker. Wheelbarrow into the chairs. Gibson trying to fight back at Tajiri. Hammerlock from Tajiri. Whipwreck back up on the apron. Gibson trying to fight off Tajiri still. In comes Whipwreck. Whipwreck with a hard kick of his own. Decker pulls himself up. Whipwreck flips Gibson over, brings his weight down the arm. Tajiri and Whipwreck focusing on the arm, the shoulder of Trent Gibson. Gibson trying to reach out for the tag. Being stopped though by the pressure of Whipwreck. Unholy Alliance continuing the beatdown. I'll just say it now. I really wish the Sinister Minister was part of this. I mean, this is cool, but just that added element. Gibson in the corner being worked over by Tajiri and Whipwreck. Elbow to the top of the head, covers. Only good enough for two. Whipwreck and Tajiri doing well, keeping the action on their side of the ring. Quick tags in and out, continuing the punishment on Gibson. Gibson with a boot to the face. Jumps off, catches Whipwreck with the cutter. Both Gibson and Whipwreck down. This is the moment where Gibson should be trying to make the tag. Landed a big blow on to Whipwreck, but has taken a lot more damage than Whipwreck has in this matchup. In comes Decker, in comes Tajiri. Decker all over Tajiri. Whipwreck back to his feet. Clobbers Decker, cuts off the momentum. Now taking on both members of the Unholy Alliance. Double blockbuster. Turning things back into the favor of the fraternity is Channing Decker. Tajiri Whipwreck in place. But wait, looks like they have Gibson more facing the brunt of it. Decker back up to his feet. Whipwreck down, Gibson down, Tajiri down. Decker on his feet, looking for some more goodies. Table coming into play. Whipwreck sent back into the ring. Table set up on the floor. Whipwreck, oh, pulls! Matthew Grant in the way of that capo kick from Channing Decker. The crafty veteran, Tajiri with a kick to the back of the leg. Looks for the buzzsaw kick, misses. Decker lifts up Tajiri, plants him with the legend driver. No referee to make the count. Both Gibson and Decker realizing it. Decker calling for the table. Goes low, whippersnapper through the table. Why? Why? Gibson's got the paddle. Miss to the face from Tajiri. Gibson blind. More miss for good measure. Buzzsaw kick. Tajiri covers, signed, sealed, and delivered for the Unholy Alliance. Fans, thank you so much for watching this special salute to the Extreme. Check out Greektown Wrestling on all social media. We'll be back sooner than later. This is Adam B. I'm out.